Hello, I'm Seth from Nelson Tiny Houses, and we're here to share with you a tiny clip from episode 9 where we tackle vapor barrier and different options for insulation. This episode is part of a much bigger project where we are teaching you how to build your own tiny house and giving you all the different options along the way. And in this episode, we are going to talk a lot about vapor barrier, all the scientific reasons why we use it, and I'll also share my own hippy-dippy feelings about vapor barrier. And we're going to give you all the best options for insulation and much more. Hope you enjoy. So when it comes to insulation, there are a few different options. I strongly believe that the best thing you can do purely for like its performance value is spray foam your entire house. That way you basically get the best R value you could possibly get. They claim that it adds up to 300% strength to the rigidity of your tiny house. So I don't know if that's true. That's what I've read. No matter what, it definitely adds some strength to your house, because when this stuff hardens, it sticks to everything and it basically becomes almost solid as a rock. The other beauty of using spray foam everywhere, you don't have to vent your roofs. You also don't need to worry about vapor barrier. To me, that's a big one, not having to think about vapor barrier. You do need to get a certain amount. I think it's only like 2 inches on your wall for you to not have to worry about vapor barrier. But if you're gonna go this route, you might as well fill in the whole cavity. Especially if you're building just with 2x4s. It's a way to maximize that small of a space. Again, if you're living in Hawaii or maybe in Texas, maybe it's not such a concern, because it definitely is an expense. It is by far the most expensive route you can take. We typically just hire professionals to come in and do the whole house, and they clean up. We leave it for a couple days for the fumes to off gas, and then we come in and start working. For you extreme do-it-yourselfers, we thought we would just show you an option. You can get bigger kits than this. This kit only covers 200 square feet at 1 inch thick. So it's not a lot of coverage. You can get bigger tanks, and you'll just have to figure that out depending on the size of your house. But again, like if you have access to a professional to come in, if you're not living in the middle of nowhere, I highly suggest that you just go that route if you can afford it and you feel like you're living in a place where it's called for. Another beauty of doing this, we kind of just discovered this idea, is that we had tons of cutoffs of this kind of stiff insulation. We hate throwing things in the landfill. We wanted to use them up, and we feel like this is a great application for that. We basically filled this wall with little pieces, and we've still got a couple inches on top of that. So we're gonna just spray all on top of this, and it'll just make it all stay in place, fill in all these little gaps, and it will still work just as well as if it was one whole piece. I'm not gonna go into how to use this kit. You can read the instructions. The biggest thing is safety. Make sure you have the best mask you can possibly get a hold of. This is definitely not a good thing for the environment. It is a good thing in the fact that you'll have to use less resources to heat and cool your house. It'll last forever, for better and for worse. So it is a petroleum-based product. There's some that say they're a soy-based product. Don't be fooled by that. I think the amount of soy is 0.0 something. It's all a compromise that you know you just have to make. So we're going to show you what it looks like to spray this stuff on the wall.
So as you can see, these nozzles, they get kind of clogged up, and so you really need to work quick and make sure that you don't, oh shucks!